Hello, you can see like my background has changed. 你已經見到啦，我身後嘅背景已經唔同咗啦。I find a new apartment. Don't worry about it. I'm not sleeping on the street. 咁咧我揾到新屋啦，所以大家唔使擔心我瞓街啦。So I want to tell this story because this is I think it's very important to keep on telling story about good people and love and compassion in this world. 咁我覺得好重要咧，係要不停咁樣分享咧關於人性美好美善嘅一面啦。咁所以我就要分享我點解揾到呢間屋嘅故仔啦。So 2 weeks ago, I went to this salon and have a haircut. 咁我2個星期前去剪頭髮啦。And then I met my hairdresser. 咁我就識咗我剪頭髮嗰個哥哥啦，咁樣樣。Now when we met, he was really excited when he knew that I was from Hong Kong. 咁佢一知道我喺香港嚟咧，佢就超興奮啦。So he's like, oh, we're best friend, good friend. We have to exchange our contact and everything. 咁我哋好朋友啊！我哋咧一定要交換我哋嘅聯絡方法啊！即係你有咩就揾我啦咁。And then we were talking, and then he was telling me that he knew of a place apartment that is very cheap and is very close to the salon, which is also very close to my school, which is also very close to everything. It's like in the central area. 咁佢就剪緊頭髮嘅時候同我吹水啦，咁就喺度講咧，就話佢知道有平嘅地方租啦，咁就喺髮廊附近，其實真係好近學校啦，好近學校咁即係好近周圍即係市中心嘅地方啦咁樣樣。So and then it's very cheap 咁同埋好平啦咁樣樣。So I was like, because I was staying at an Airbnb at the time, so I didn't really pay much attention, but I noted that in my mind. 咁我嗰陣時住 Airbnb 啦嘛，咁我就冇特別即係為意啦，即係記住咗呢件事嘅咁樣樣。So when last night I knew that I have to move this morning， 咁我琴晚知道咗我今日要即係今朝早就要搬啦咁樣樣啦咁。So I WhatsApp him， 咁我就 WhatsApp 佢啦 ，and then I told him what happened， 咁我話俾佢知發生咩事啦 ，and told him I needed like a new place for today. 咁我就話俾佢知我今日就要搬新屋啦咁樣。I asked about like is the apartment still available? Do you know like if I can move in today? And you know like the details. 咁我就問佢啊，你知唔知道你上次講嗰個單位仲即係租咗出去未啊？仲冇得住啊咁樣樣。And then he immediately was like, okay, don't worry, you know, come to me, we'll view it tomorrow. If you do not like it, then you know you can stay at my place.Until you can find a place， 咁佢超好啦，佢就唔緊要，我聽日咧同你去睇樓。我話如果你唔中意嘅話咧，或者唔啱，咁你就可以住喺我度先，咁就住到你揾到為止。And so it was just already like really sweet， 咁已經好 sweet 啦，係咪 ？And then like so this morning, I moved out of my apartment at 8 o'clock。咁我今朝8點鐘就離開Airbnb 啦。I took a taxi to the school where I left everything。at the school， 咁我就坐的士去返學啦，咁然後將我所有嘢都擠晒喺學校啦咁樣樣。And then class started at 9 and finished at 1。咁我哋9點鐘上堂啦，跟住1點鐘就放學啦。So as soon as I finished class， 咁我一完咗堂之後咧 ，I went to the salon， 咁我就去呢一個飛髮鋪揾佢啦咁。And then like waited for him a little bit because he was working， 咁我就喺飛髮鋪等咗佢一陣啦，因為佢仲做緊嘢啦咁樣樣。Then he took me here to view the apartment， 跟住佢就帶我嚟睇樓啦，睇呢個單位啦咁樣樣。And so I have to say this is nothing like any Airbnb， 即係完全即係真係唔係 Airbnb 嗰啲豪宅啦，你哋知你見到我平時住嘅豪宅咁樣樣啦。Very simple， 超簡單啦，係超即係其實都殘嘅，都真係殘嘅。And it's quite old actually，and but 但係it's big。係大啦，好多空間啦，it's very comfortable in a way， 咁都舒服嘅，即係因為空間大啊嘛，咁樣，and so like it's very cheap 同埋好平啦。It's expensive in the standard of Colombia， 喺呢一度嘅準則咧，佢係貴㗎啦。But I mean for the location maybe this is also like like not a really high price, but I'm sure like I'm already paying much more than a local。但我都認為我應該都係即係俾多啲㗎啦，即係我係俾多過如果本地人租可能唔使俾咁多嘅。Now but anyway， 但係無論如何啦。It's less than $300 US. It's around like 270。咁係大概270蚊美金啦。 港紙係即係2000蚊鬆啲啦。So it's a great deal。咁對我嚟講超抵啦。I got a refund。我琴晚即係嗰個 Airbnb 退錢俾我啦。So I'll use the pesos here。咁我就用翻呢度啲錢同大家講啦。So I got a refund of 4 million pesos。咁我咧就收翻400萬 peso 嘅回水啦，咁樣樣。And this place cost me 120 million。咁呢度咧就係120萬。No 1.2 million not 120 million 1.2 million right yeah 1,200,000 so 1.2 million 咁咧就係120萬 so it's kind of like like that you can compare right I save like 75% for this month 咁所以我呢個月真係慳咗70%喎and it's close to my school 超近學校啦。close to the centre， 超近市中心，即係要去嘅地方啦。It's enough like and I don't really need luxury every day. I don't really need a swimming pool. Like it's not a must. I mean it's nice to have. 咁我唔一定要住嗰啲即係超級豪華單位，一定要有游泳池，即係梗係正啦，梗係爽啦，即係咁樣樣。咁當然比較喺香港，即係連埋游泳池 gym 啊，有晒看更都係即係都係好平啦，即係咁樣。但係 but I guess it's just like I also really like to try to live in a more local place, like just for a month, even if it's just for a month。咁但係我都幾想真係試下，就係住得簡單啲，即係住翻啲呢度啲人住嘅地方咁樣樣，就係啦咁咯。And this is not the end of the story 度。咁但係未完啊呢個故仔。So during lunchtime I agree to rent the place. The owner also agreed to rent it to me for 1 month. So immediately like I went to get cash and then like I pay and then she gave me a receipt and then so we did the formality and then I went back to school. 跟住我就返返學校啦咁樣樣。Now today like in the afternoon we have like cultural activity and we were making necklace and bracelets. So it's kind of like traditional artisans handicraft。咁今日晏晝學校就仲有呢個即係手工藝班，就係做呢度佢哋即係本地嘅手工藝啦咁樣樣。So it was really busy, right? So early in the morning I moved out and then I went to school and then I looked for my apartment, paid for it, and then I went back to school for cultural activity. Then I moved in to the apartment, and then I went to boxing class. 跟住我仲有去打拳喎。And then after boxing class, I went to the supermarket. I got some cleaning products. 咁跟住我就去買啲清潔用品啦。And then I came home, and then I just bought KFC tonight, and I ate at home. 咁我今日就求其買咗 KFC 外賣翻嚟屋企食啦咁樣樣。And then I clean a little bit， 咁我做咗少少清潔啦咁。And then at around like 9 o'clock， 大概9點鐘嘅時候啦，the hairdresser came back. Okay, now he's actually my neighbor。咁我要講啦，髮型師其實係我鄰居嚟嘅。呢一度咧其實係一間大屋。So this is a casa, this is a house, and then with inside the house there are different apartment。咁喺個大屋裏面佢就劏單位，佢就係啦劏房啦，佢話我係劏單位。咁佢就我而家呢一格咧就係我呢個單位就係最大嘅。然後咧我有個後花園咁咧就係 share 啦，後邊咧就有2個單位。咁其中一個單位咧就係個髮型師啦。So my apartment is quite large and it's kind of rectangular, like more elongated shape. And then like at the end of the kitchen, there is a door that go out into a courtyard at the back, a small one. But then there are other 2 apartments as well, so we're sharing a courtyard. And then my hairdresser is actually living in one of the apartments there, so we're actually neighbor. 咁所以我哋就係鄰居啦。咁 so when he came home from work， 咁佢放工翻嚟嘅時候咧 ，the first thing he did was call for me， 佢就即刻嚟揾我啦，嗌我啦。And then ask me what do you need, you know like, and then he's immediately getting me the sweeps, you know 佢即刻借掃把俾我啦。And then I asked him about like Wi-Fi, and then he went up to the owner to get me some beddings because I do not have bed sheets and everything。咁然後佢咧就借掃把俾我啦，有垃圾鏟俾我啦，跟住又同我搞 Wi-Fi 啦，然後咧即刻上去屋主嗰度咧就係攞床單俾我啦。咁因為我冇床單啊嘛自己。And then also like asking about like the stove because it's not working。咁跟住因為呢個爐頭唔 work 啦，咁我又問佢啦。And then he was like, I'll take care of it tomorrow in the morning. I'll ask the owner about it. And then like he was like, you know, if you need to cook, come to my house. You know, like you can share. You know, if you need to do laundry, come to my house. You can do it。咁超好啦，即係如果你要煮飯就嚟我廚房煮啦，你要借啲乜嘢問我借啦，你要洗衫就嚟我屋企洗啦咁。So it was just really nice， 好好啊 ，because like I've been alone for such a long time， 因為我自己一個咁耐啦，出咗嚟 ，so it's like all of a sudden I really have a friend, like a real friend. Like I mean, like in Vienna also I have a Ukrainian friend。咁維也納都有烏克蘭妹啦咁。But then in Vienna it was easier because like everything was more like how to say like it's more close to what I'm familiar with。咁但係維也納容易啲啊，因為維也納啲嘢係我熟悉啲嘅啦，即係西方嘅文化、歐洲嘅嘢咁樣。But like coming here is like really I have nobody, I know nobody, and so like this really this person only know me from cutting my hair。呢條友嗰個剪頭髮，但係真係 nice， 係真係 nice 咯，即係。然後佢係收咗業主好少佣金 ，and he actually took very little commission from the owner because like I saw the payment and everything like。咁因為我見到即係我用啲錢啦咁 ，so I'm just really grateful， 超感恩啦，好and that's why I really love this country。咁所以我就真係好中意哥倫比亞咯。And also I feel that I'm already like building some sort of like network on my own。咁我好似覺得我自己可以開始喺呢度有啲落地生，即係未去到生根啦，但係落到地啦，就只覺得因為 for example like I'm going to this theatre running workshop this week and also there's another NGO that is inviting me to their event。咁因為譬如我又已經識咗個劇團啦，我星期六日去帶 workshop 啦，跟住然後又因為咁樣又楞咗一個 NGO， 咁佢哋又叫我去參加佢哋啲活動啦，咁我都覺得好有希望，好有機會可以即係繼續同佢哋合作啦。And so like I am now like looking to see if after this weekend maybe I will ask these two organizations if they can sponsor me to be like the artist in residence in their organization and write me a reference letter or something that would help me to get a residence permit. Hopefully it will be successful。咁所以我就喺度諗啦，過咗呢個週末之後，希望可以就係問佢哋可唔可以即係我寫一個 proposal 係 artist in residence， 咁然後佢哋就即係寫封信即係叫做證明即係做我嘅參考人係啦，咁就等我可以試下申請呢度有一個咧叫做專業嘅居留證啦咁樣，所以 this expertise visa and I would be able to get a residence permit。咁所以就anyway so this is it like this is my update for today。咁所以係啦，咁我今日近況啦有啲長啊。So anyway like let's start reading。咁我哋正式開始讀書啦。Read to Resist Day 292。當閱讀也是抗爭第292日。A Concise History of Hong Kong by John Carroll。香港簡史，從殖民地至特別行政區，著者高馬可，譯者林立偉。The colonial government especially benefited from the help of two of the unofficial members of the Legislative Council, Charles Schuson and Robert Caldwell, the latter of whom, although Eurasian, held one of the two positions on the council reserved for Chinese and was generally considered a representative of the Chinese community. Although they received anonymous letters threatening violence and murder, and all the rewards for their heads were posted in Canton, Chow and Caldwell orchestrated an intensive propaganda campaign to fight the strike. They formed the Counter-Propaganda Bureau, which plastered posters and distributed leaflets encouraging the population to resist the strikers. The two also established the commercial press, a counter-propaganda newspaper circulated widely in Hong Kong and among overseas Chinese in the United States and Australia who had been supporting the strikers. Chow and Caldwell also recommended that the government order routine military marches and demonstrations as a show of strength. They persuaded the government to establish the Labour Protection Bureau, a secret bureau to protect labourers from the intimidators and to launch a counterattack against such intimidators. Led by a retired Chinese pirate and general, the Labour Protection Bureau hired thugs and former pirates to protect workers who stay at their jobs and to intimidate anyone who encouraged the strikers. Officials in London expressed some concern about the Bureau staff members and their previous experience, but Caldwell and Chow were unconcerned. 殖民地政府尤其得力於兩名立法局非官守議員的協助，這兩人是周壽臣和羅沃倫。羅沃倫雖是歐亞混血兒，但卻佔據立法局內專為華人而設的兩個議席之一，並普遍被視為華人代表。周壽臣和羅沃倫都收到威脅對他們施以暴力，甚至殺害的匿名信。廣州也有人聯想要他們的人頭。儘管如此，他們還是策劃了細緻的宣傳攻勢，打擊罷工。他們成立反宣傳局，張貼海報和發傳單，鼓勵民眾反抗罷工者。兩人又創辦《工商日報》，這份從事反罷工宣傳的報紙，除了在香港發行外，在一直支持罷工者的美國和澳洲海外華人間也行銷甚廣。周壽臣和羅沃倫也建議港督下令軍隊定期行軍巡遊和操演，以炫耀武力。他們勸說政府成立一個保護工人不受威逼恐嚇，並對恐嚇者實施反擊的秘密部門——工業維持會。領導工業維持會的人曾當海盜和將軍。該會運用流民和前海盜保護留守崗位不參加罷工的工人，又恐嚇教唆罷工的人。倫敦官員對工業維持會的成員和他們的背景經歷甚為關注。但周壽臣和羅沃倫卻毫不在乎。Wow! This is the reading of today. 咁今日咧就讀呢一段啦。It's kind of like this is the Junus Hole of the 1920s。好似原來1920幾年嘅時候，25、26年嘅時候咧，香港嘅周壽臣同埋羅沃倫咧就等於19年嘅何議員。So anyway, this is so interesting. Like history is really repeating itself. 一路讀嘅時候就係哇，啲歷史果然係不斷重複啊嚇咁樣樣。So unfortunately, we've never learned from it. 咁但係好可惜啦，我哋一直都冇從中學習到任何嘢啦嚇，我唔知啦。But it's very interesting to see like how even in like colonial period, the government, but then like these are Chinese or Chinese representatives who suggested it or like who actually employed former pirates as like sort of like protection for people who do not want to go to strikes。咁都幾有趣啦，都係原來即係呢啲咁嘅利用黑社會嚟到即係打壓啲異見分子嘅呢件事，原來係1925年嘅時候都已經係做緊㗎咯喎，咁樣樣。So it's so sad， 我覺得都幾 sad 嘅真係。But it's also like okay, now we understand。咁同埋都有少少原來係咁咯。So anyway, this is very long today。咁今日有啲長啊。So I'll talk to you again tomorrow。聽日再見，bye。